Tecmo Super Bowl fans to another edition of GBLAN Online Tecmo. This is our tournament play here in the losers bracket. This is an elimination game between Purplehaze and Arncoem. Purplehaze was the number one overall seed in this tournament that got bumped in one of the earlier winners rounds and has been battling his way back. Arncoem is actually the individual that knocked me out of the tournament with a pretty significant margin of victory. We haven't seen that video yet. That's tournament prerogative. But we have kept it out. And by the way, we're joined again today in the studio by Old Dirty Tecmo. Welcome again to the booth.
Howdy, Tecmo.
Howdy indeed. We're going to get right into it here. Purplehaze is the Cowboys. Arn is the Jets. I know that Arn runs a tournament scene out in Connecticut, and you should definitely check out his tournament. We'll see if we can get a link to his Facebook group for that out here, so you can check out if you're on the East Coast and you want to check out some Tecmo. Definitely check out his scene when that goes on here. So here we go. Start of the broadcast here. Looks like the Jets are going to be kicking off. Pat Lee. Irvin on the return here. Purplehaze, I think, is one of the contingent that has that superstition about your returners going into bad condition.
Yeah, I could see that. I've asked Brewdog several times, and he swears to me that every player only has one roll of the dice for conditions, regardless of where they are. So, should be, as long as it is in season mode, go ahead and put a Koye, kick return, punt returner at will.
Hey, some people believe in conditions based on position. Some people believe in clean coal. It is what it is. And now we have pass 2 on first down. Calvin Martin with the grab there. Nice quick completion. Looks like he was caught in a run there. And now McMillan on defense. Arn is using down to Novacek. Called play. Incomplete. Not sure I like that throw, though, even if it was to Novacek going up to wide receiver. One is usually the better route there, and jumping deflection there.
Yeah, it's risky, and with Clifton as a great, nickel back there, and then also the reason to take the Jets here is they don't have near the running game. However, McMillan does offer the threat of being able to jump INT Aikman, which a lot of people prefer to have that on their end.
Bird with the bump there does a nice job. Arn pulling out his fast thumb. 15 taps there. That's pretty elite territory.
Yeah, Arncoem, he used to be like he used to tap around a 9, and he's been on the scene for years, and finally in the last year, 18 months, he's worked on his tapping. And I really thought, this guy's good, and he's not been a good tapper, so he's learned how to avoid that and still shown a lot of success. I wondered how it would translate over.
McMillan got bumped on that play, and Smith takes it all the way into the end zone. So, really unfortunate there for Arn. Purplehaze takes it with Emmett Smith to the house, and that's the value of having a stud running back, is that if the man defender gets out of the mix, it's usually pretty easy to maneuver defenders, especially at this tier, and take advantage and get big gains after that grapple. In this case, it just was a situation where he got stuck in the garbage on the way to the offensive player. So we see now Arn with his first possession, using Boyer out to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, you gotta almost wonder, does Arncoem's tapping ability, has it affected his play, of course, positively, but has there been any negative aspects to it, meaning maybe a little bit of over pursuit by the defense, which would lead to, a little bump like that?
Reverse field here with Johnny Hector. Nice run there using his blocker. I like that he does have that play action offset eye there. When you have Toon going down the field, that's a nice play to have because the drones don't react properly.
Yeah, I like it, especially if there isn't a strong LB1 on the other end of the field, which the Cowboys do not have. I think Ken Norton kind of got the shaft in Tecmo a little bit. Maybe he was too early in his career. Any insight on that, Troy?
I don't know the history on Ken Norton. I like to see he's probably, like he's mentioned, he was just a little early. Like Emmitt Smith is good, but he wasn't as good as what his stats would go. If you looked at how Tecmo players are given their stats, they look at the prior year's participation. And I think this was like, he's a good other example would be Junior Seau's year. He's really pedestrian in this game.
Yep, robbery. Same with Steve Atwater.
Correct. He's slow, has some hitting power, but he was definitely a force for many years. Remember the time he almost killed Robert Brooks in the Super Bowl, and himself, for that matter. Near the end of the game, Favre throws it up on a seam route and just creams him. And it looks like Robert Perryman is in good. I'm not sure if he'll see the field or not. The Cowboys do have Alonzo Highsmith. See Dixon in good here. Might be enough to see the field over Calvin Martin.
I like using Highsmith, but I usually run a little bit of a mixed two-set running back to open up my playbook a little bit. Purplehaze opted to go with all four to Emmitt Smith. You can't fault him for that.
Well, I see here that in the looks like called play here, Jeff Lagerman with the sack. So it looks like he's got wide receiver in the running back 2 position, and on that dive play, if he does that, this should be an instant popcorn for Bird if he wants, but he went with Clifton instead. So much so that if he ran right through him, we should be able to pretty much instantly engage Smith through the hole. But another called play there. Arn seems to have Purplehaze scattered up pretty good here. Let's see if he sticks with Clinton here. Now he goes with McMillan. And we now have a blocker help, and now Smith is in the clear again to the 35, to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and down to the 7-yard line. First and goal from the 7. So twice now we've seen Arn getting separated from the pack. Nice juke there by Aikman. Gets it down to the 3 yards away from pay dirt. 3:11 left in the second quarter here. Those were pass 2. Pass 3 rather, and underneath here, touchdown Cowboys, James Dixon. So Purplehaze. Go ahead.
A safe call there, something that he figured wouldn't get caught on the other end, and he could, maybe dump down to the running back or scramble in just to kind of compromise the man defender. Good call on offense.
And I'm surprised that we haven't seen more Bird being used. I know that Clifton makes a really good defender there, and it may have to do with whether or not Purplehaze had called run or pass on those particular plays. But on those dive run plays, Bird should be running right through the middle there against that wide receiver in the RB2 position. And now Ken O'Brien is in bad. Hector is in good. Baxter in bad. Rob Moore's in good.
Bet Arncoem, when his thought process on the Jets was he knew he could tap, had McMillan to kind of play the middle of the field and cover everything for him. I bet he's pretty surprised to see those 2 huge runs broken off by Emmitt so early.
Those are the Tecmo gods coming in early. Now we see taps mattering. Blair Thomas in the clear 50, 45, out to the 41-yard line. So nice run to open up this drive here for Arncoem, who needs some points on this possession to keep this game close.
With time on the Cowboys side there, you just want to, bend not break mentality.
Called play, but great maneuvering there to outrun the drones there, and 2nd and 8 coming on. So anytime you get positive yards on a called play, it's usually a pretty positive development. Now Ken O'Brien, even in bad condition, is now calling his own number. Just short of the first down. Go ahead and cut you off there.
I'll play a little devil's advocate and say at 14-0 though on a called play, if the Jets do happen to cough that ball up, the game's over.
Johnny Hector with another first down run. Single back formation. Pass 2. I'm sorry, pass 4. Correction.
Oh, nice cut.
I get confused between pass 2 and pass 4 out of that single back with the streakers down. And now we've got Hendricks on defense. Johnny Hector with some blockers and down near the 6-yard line. First and goal from the 6, 22 seconds remaining. Imagine we have 1 or 2 plays here remaining. Run 3 here. And into the end zone. No dive attempt there from Purplehaze, which is probably his only chance of stopping that. And Johnny Hector now brings this within a touchdown if the extra point is good.
Great drive. That was very clutch. Correct me if I'm wrong. We didn't see a whole lot of run 1 or run 4. It almost looked like a first half decoy out of the Jets there.
Not a common, or not an uncommon strategy to have your good running back in a place where you still have someone who can move the ball, and sticking with that slower guy, especially when you have taps, because again, those 3-yard runs can go for further if you break the tackle.
After conditioning the Cowboy defense away from those plays, I wonder if we'll see a heavy dose of him here on this drive. He needs a score.
And out to the 11-yard line, and O'Brien's still on bad. And it looks like Rob Moore is an excellent, definitely positive development there for him. Jojo Townsell also an excellent.
What are your thoughts on O'Brien over Eason? O'Brien and bad over Eason and good, or in average, I'm sorry. It's a tough call, isn't it?
Well, you got to look at the running speed, I think, or the max speed rather. I think with Eason being a slightly bit faster here, if he's good, obviously that's a no-brainer. If he's an average, depends on what you're trying to do through the air. I think you have still a little bit more pass control with.
I believe it's even. I think
okay.
What you're trading off here is with O'Brien, you get 1 tick of passing speed better. It's the same pass control, and with Eason, you get 1 tick of max speed better.
I would take the max speed with because that pass speed is a little weird anyway.
True. Purplehaze is doing a nice job containing the run with all these ISO runs that the Jets have and the tapping.
It's pass 3 here. O'Brien keeping it on the ground here. So far the maximum speed of O'Brien not really coming into play here as far as it being a hindrance. Nice job bouncing that to the outside, waiting till he was engaged. So we're starting to see that offset eye playbook coming. I think you called that just a moment ago. And now we see Hendricks. And coming up there with him using Hendricks, really, if you're seeing offset eye with that play action, don't you have to take a safety in that situation?
Actually, that DB1 can sneak in behind the blockers on the left side of the offense there, and that's the best position to use against it, I think.
I was speaking more in reference to the play action still being on the play card, because that Hendricks would get sucked away from his primary guy.
I would say the majority. I think that all still comes down to a little random chance, but yeah, that would probably put the odds in your favor against the pass being the safety.
Nice completion up to the top. Both wide receiver 1 and 2 are in excellent condition right now. They just get off the ball a little bit quicker. Neither one of them are blazing speed guys, but at this tier they're much better than they would be normally, and it gives O'Brien some options down the field where if he has to throw it up, a little better chance of it not being intercepted or even a covered catch. And now we have pro set formation here. Now the linebacker, nice run through there. Hector avoiding the traffic and into the end zone is Arncoem. So nice run. So with that sweep play on that run, I've seen a lot of times where inside linebackers, if they're good enough, will shoot that gap. What do the Cowboys have there at the middle?
LB2, let's see, there's Lockhart. And he's a little bit better than Jimmy Jones at LB3. He's got a little bit better rushing power. And I think using him to maybe bump the line would have gotten, assuming that that's done successfully, that would have gotten Purplehaze in the backfield a little sooner, not so close to the blockers and the traffic, maybe with some help to tamp that down. And I think he's safe being a linebacker whenever he wants. I mean, he might give up a coverage catch to tune here or there, but neither of these teams is going to light the other one up passing. You can be a linebacker. Even Dennis Byrd can be very effective in this matchup.
And really, if you wanted to go up to wide receiver 1 there and a defender getting deep enough and blocking that throw in that perfect position there. So a little frustrating, I'm sure, for Purplehaze, but 14-14 here it goes right back to it. This time, defender does not get in the way, and Martin has himself first down out near the 25-yard line. Pass 3 the call. Tight end and RB2 are open, and Aikman calls his own number out at the 30. Second down and 5. Condition checking time. And we saw an excellent Dixon, bad Novacek. Novacek is typically your back and B, throw a prayer kind of guy, but still should have good receptions if that has to happen. And we also see now that Dixon, in his condition, you can throw some balls up to him if you have to.
Well, the bench is really coming through condition-wise for both teams. I like putting Dixon at tight end, gives him a little blocking that he needs with his condition. I don't think Joe Mott is going to blow him up down there.
Pass 4 is the call here underneath to Kelvin Martin, and wisely out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Just keeping everything in front of him is Arncoem. And now we have a called run 2. I think this play has burned him a number of times, and he said, I'm done with that. So second down and 11, single back formation, McMillan on defense. Run 3 is the call. This time, scooping the drones and letting them do the work.
Yep, smart.
So caught him in a run call there and fumble out of bounds, but it is a first down out near the 34, 35-yard line of the Jets. Back to the pro set. Pass 3 again. It's really liking this play today.
Really be curious if, with that LB4 dive, if Arncoem is leaning on run 2, just baiting Purplehaze to call it, or if that's something that Purplehaze should get it to try and take advantage of that, like we talked about in another broadcast. If he sells out with that LB4, Emmett could easily break a touchdown.
And now decision time, 4th and 1. Let's see if Purplehaze decides to take the lead and decides to go for it here. Single back formation. We have McMillan. Run 1. And nice juke, just enough. I think this is a first down. Looked like Arn might have been able to make contact behind the line and with his tapping ability. Purplehaze making a critical juke there with Emmitt Smith for the first down. Run 3 again. Isolation time here. No contest, 10-5 there on the taps all day long here for Arn. And now 2nd and 6 coming up. Back to the run 3. Really has that curl motion down, keeps the damage at a minimum, but now you're getting the point of the field where any play could potentially be a touchdown. You have to call it right here. Sticking with the run 3, daring him to call it to open up those burn routes.
I wonder if he'll go past 3 again.
This time with the run 2 up to the top. Mott, the slower defender, gets caught, can't get around the edge. Emmitt Smith in for the touchdown. Purplehaze taking the lead here in the 4th quarter, 20-14, extra point incoming.
Yeah, he'd shoot about 3 minutes off of there. Can't ask for much more.
Critical possession here for Arnie. Has to get a touchdown as player 2. You can't punt the ball unless you're in a... You're just not going to have enough time here. So we're going to see what he can do here. Minute 30 left. Ken is still in bad... slower trajectory. I agree. You need to be able to buy some time in the back of the end zone there, running around for your life. Going with Eason gives you a little more ability there. The bench has also come through here pretty well, even though the star guys. So it's Toon and Novacek, your studs on both sides of the or both teams here on offense seem to be struggling here. But we have JoJo and Moore, and I expect Moore to be the target for this.
Well, this is going to come down to a last-second throw, and we'll see if Eason is bitter about being on the bench all game or if he's going to come through. I would recommend that Purplehaze chooses a defender that will not take away drone help from the side of the field. So on that play, for instance, on that pass 3, wide receiver 1's going deep. If he mans the defensive back on that side of the field, he may find himself in a situation where he'll get out-tapped at the last second of the game. It's just something to keep in mind.
And in this situation here, having that play action, there's kind of a limitation as far as what you can do. He has to go up to Toon.
A one-on-one situation. So if he comes down with that ball, he's able to out-tap and go in for the score. So I think he should be a bottom DB in that formation.
And 2 out of the 4 plays are called there. Arn's playbook just not built for that last back and B moment, and now all Purplehaze has to do is just get out of bounds, but keeps it in there. Time's running out. Expect the punt here. And that'll do it for this one. Out of the back of the end zone, touchback. And time has expired. Arncoem dropping to Purplehaze. 21-14 in this one. And Purplehaze will advance. And as this was an elimination game, Arn will be eliminated from this tournament. It looks like the tail of the tape here. The quarterback play was fairly comparable, but most of the damage being done by Emmitt Smith on the ground today.
Yeah, good Tecmo. Very even. 18 first downs. Take away those 2 early runs in the first half. I think, what was it, 14-0 at the half? Is that correct?
Correct.
Or no, he put in that final score. It was
14-7, yeah, right at the end.
Okay.
So he definitely battled back after giving up those big plays and shows why he belonged where he was in the tournament, but unable to close it out in that last possession. And that's the one thing that the Jets aren't the best at is scoring quickly. But I'd imagine in this matchup, I'm surprised with the tapping advantage that Arn didn't take the Cowboys. But what do I know? I was eliminated a while ago. So, hey, it's been a lot of fun having you in the booth today. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Hit thumbs up. If you didn't, hit thumbs down. If you want to see the rest of what's happening in our tournament, check the description. We'll have links below to our Facebook page, Twitter, as well as the tournament challenge bracket. And then if you want to see the other videos, the other games from this tournament that we've been uploading with commentary, hit subscribe and you'll get alerted when we have them. So thanks a lot for joining us for ODT. This is Trojan signing off. We'll see you next time on GBLAN Online Tecmo.